That's what's happening. And it's breaking the system, absolutely breaking the system. One of the reasons that I got out of coaching is not because my love for the game faded, the pureness of the game. It is because of what the game had become. The me, the I, the my kid is the best. My kid is, at that time, I've been out of coaching now since 2016 to late 15. So we're talking 9 years, 10 years, a lot has changed. It used to be my kid's the best and he's going to get a college scholarship. It's not that anymore. Not even close. It's my kid's good enough and I want him to make money. I want him to be a financial asset. And it's not going to end well. It's difficult to undo what has been done, but somebody needs to do it, and they need to do it really fast. Here's another thing, different topic, but it's all relative to what I just said, is the absolute train wreck. Sorry, guys. I grew up wanting to be on your network. I remember talking to somebody at your network that was in the NASCAR division when I was 18 years old. That was my dream, to be on ESPN. I always wanted to be a broadcaster. And I tried all sorts of things. I never told this story. Bob Wojnarowski from the Detroit News, I contacted him. I must have been 19, 20, expressing to him in an email. This is the early days, so email had just started. And I sent him an email and I said, Wojo, I said, what can I do to enter the sports field? Here's what I'd like to do. And I really wanted to be a statistician too. I think I wanted to be a statistician and ultimately be a broadcaster, but I wanted to be a long press row there. And I was big into the numbers and I wanted to do the numbers. And anybody who knows much about the Tigers or about baseball, he says, Skeeter Barnes, remember, if you're a Tiger fan, number 9, Skeeter Barnes is the person to contact. He was in the former player for the Tigers, but had moved on into the front office at this time. And he said, he's the guy to contact. And I don't know, honestly, I don't think I ever followed through, but I always wanted to be on ESPN. And so I don't watch ESPN anymore. Okay. There's nothing attractive about ESPN in any way, shape, or form to obtain content. It is so driven, and I'm not going to get into one path that this could very easily go, but it is so driven by Disney to push something, a narrative, down our throats. It's not even fun to watch anymore. You go there for content, you go there for information, you go there for entertainment, and what they are throwing at us is something completely different. So I have, 4 what I think are very key names here that they continue to employ and empower, that is sending the wrong message, in my view, all the way through sports, through everyday modern society, and all the way down to the youth levels. Stephen A. Smith, who we're watching basically try to do a pivot, because I think he's starting to realize that most of what he says at the core is broken and people don't really accept it as much anymore, but he's still there. Shannon Sharpe, oh my goodness. I could go on for days about that guy. Cam Newton, who's a recent addition, it's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes I listened to it. I'm like, I'm never watching this again. Like, what is this? And then the number 1 on the list, and he's getting torn up online, and I'm one of the people to do it. And it's really sad that people have to watch this, is Ryan Clark, and the race baiting that he does, how he sees color and wants everybody else to see color. I want to watch football. I want to watch great athletes perform. And I don't care if that's Josh Allen tomorrow, or that's Patrick Mahomes, one is white and one is black, or whether it's Jaden Daniels versus Jalen Hurts, who are both black, or if it was Jared Goff who got in there, or whomever the quarterback is or player is. Why are we talking about what color they are? Why can't the merits of their profession speak? Why are we talking about coaches if they're white or black? I think that 40, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago, and a very, very small percentage today, think like that, but I think if you're good enough at what it is you do, then you're going to be considered. I truly, truly believe that. I don't think that I'm, misplaced on this or misguided on this. They could look at a guy like Raheem Morris as an example, who was a head coach, lost that head coaching position, got another one, and he's a black head coach. Mike Tomlin, he gets opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. You could say the Rooney Rule, and those are the ones who created the rule is the Rooneys. Why would they do anything different? They had two white coaches before then, and Chuck Noll, and then Bill Cowher. So this what stop, just stop with the color. And when they asked these coaches questions, they tried Marcus Freeman, and what a good dude. And I've really been on his support wagon. That dude has got it together. That dude has succeeded at life. That dude has succeeded at coaching. And he will very soon become one of the hottest coaching commodities in the world. And Todd Bowles is another one. There's another black head coach. And he flat out tells the reporters, don't ask me a question about race. It has nothing to do with it. And Ryan Clark goes on every single day. He's online every single day. And that's all he knows. That's all he basically, or everything he talks about is with that slant. And I used to think that Ryan Clark was one of the very best to listen to. I thought he was amazing at his job. And then something clicked, whether he was encouraged or empowered by ESPN to go more in that direction, or if it's truly how he feels. But I think Ryan Clark is on a pathway to end up right next to Jamel Hill, who nobody wants having to do with the organization, having nothing to do with the color of her skin, but rather the way that she treats people and the way that she talks down to people and sees them through a different lens than most of the world wants to see you. And you see a person like Sage Steele, who left ESPN for that reason and got into a dispute with them. The color of your skin is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. The color of an employee is irrelevant. The merit of the person and the performance of that person in whatever role it is, whether that's in coaching in sports or in any type of job in the world. Let's stop with this narrative and let's just come together and work together as one cohesive unit and recognize that most of the race talk or race that happens or division from it is happening because of what's being injected into it by people of color. Just say it. It's just got to stop. Let's just unite together. Whoever the man or woman is on your left or your right, respect them as you would want to be respected. Color is irrelevant. It's just irrelevant. You're a good person. You work hard. It doesn't matter. Impossible to listen to. The whole thing and all of these shows, it is just, I see that millions and millions of people have tuned out, and massive cuts have happened over the past, say, 5 years. And Disney keeps on doing it and keeps on doing it and keeps on doing it. And at the end, it's just going to be a shell. It's going to be four walls. There's going to be no jobs for these people. You're seeing it happen everywhere now. And in the podcasting and forums like this, is somebody that's not being shoved down your throat, that you have the choice to tune into, whoever that might be, or people, the different shows that you want it to be, and hear differing perspectives and fair perspectives. It's now available across all genres, across all things, not just sports, politics, everything, education. There are options now. And to watch what these guys subscribe to and watch the messaging and the garbage that they speak, stick to football, stick to the analysis of the game, which is why people tune in. If somebody wants to tune in to some of that other stuff, there's plenty of outlets or options to do that, but not when you click on a streaming event and go over to ESPN as a channel that you once knew as the place that you wanted to go get your sports content. It's really unfortunate to watch it. I don't think it's going to change. I think they're steadfast in their direction, and they keep on doubling down on it. And if they keep doubling down on it, people are going to keep doubling down on tuning out, and I'm one of them. I told some people a couple of weeks ago, I tuned into Sports Center for like 3 minutes for the first time. I counted it in 6 years. I have no desire to watch that network, and I converse and watch millions of people now through social on X and through other formats now daily, and millions, like many tens of millions of people want nothing to do with it. They go other places, and it's catching up, and it will fully catch up.